a little device that was made by a caretaker in a filing cabinet. It's very simple.
Do they charge when they're in there? No, they
No.
don't.
Over here, and they're all out at the moment, but you can, oh, no, they're not quite all out. So what happens is, you bring your iPods back, you sit them on this non-slip material there, and you've got 15 little charge cords here.
Do the kids do that?
We've got library monitors that do that, or a teacher aid librarian, or Deb, whoever's around, but often it's done by the kids. So you just plug them in like so. Those little plugs there cost $5, well they cost me $3.50 each. To get an equivalent system from Harvey Norman is $50. But I've got a contact in Pakuranga who gets them from China for me. So you can see that, you know, it's very, very simple. They go in there, face forward and upside down, and plugging them in and charging them is very easy. This is a fishing tackle box from Burnt's Co, $15 if you talk to them nicely. These rubber inserts, 3 of them per box, $5 for the 3, and Para Rubber cut them up for us.
So the equivalent to buy a docking station like that's quite a lot.
$1,600 to dock 20 versus $20 plus, so $95.
Against 1,600.
Yeah.
It's just clever.
You see,
It's huge, isn't it?
that's the secret.
Yeah.
That is the secret.
And then
No,
I didn't
yeah.
show you, but we make our own document cameras. So you buy a $25 Microsoft USB webcam and a little stand. I think there's one in here at the moment. But a wee stand that normally has a magnifying glass on it. It's
Yeah,
just got a
saw it in
salt
the other
base.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you take the magnifying glass off and screw in the camera, and for $50 you've got a $1,500 document cam. So you know, it just makes it cheap.
So you've invested in this and looked at cheaper ways of making it all possible.
Way
How-
cheaper.
Way cheaper. Way cheaper. It's fantastic.
And the caretaker made this for us,
Yeah.
and it works very.
How have you
simply.
invested in people? People that have
Um,
helped to make all this happen, the
just-
system and
I mean, for a start, giving everybody an iPod Touch
right.
made
Yeah.
them feel pretty good.
Yeah.
They're all getting a document camera this week. They've all got digital cameras, although you know with the iPod Touches there's less need for that. They've all got little Firewire sound systems for their laptops. They've got that accessibility to the sound system in the hall.
Yeah.
They've
yeah.
just,
Got
you know,
it.
the whole idea is just to find lots and lots of ways to make their life
Yeah.
easy. Portfolios. We had portfolios that were just a great accumulation of detritus, really rubbish. And now whatever's in there has got to be meaningful. Yeah. So we're very fussy about what we put in there, very selective, and it has to be high quality and high purpose, and it has to, you know, like a bit like the data has to be able to be shown more than one way it can be used, or it has to be 3 ways it can be used. But we'll hopefully find more and more ways to share students' work 24/7 rather than you know twice a year sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a ultranet type?
Ultranet is incredibly expensive, and I just think there are so many things out there at the moment that are just rip-offs.
Yeah,
You know,
that's-
electronic whiteboards, $8,000, and it's a rip-off. Ultranet is incredibly expensive. The charging stations are incredibly expensive. The wheelable cows are incredibly expensive. For laptops, we get a fish crate, neoprene rubber, and you sit the. This isn't an example, but it's equivalent of. But this is $3 from Bunnings. This flukily $3, but normally about $9. So you know, you just have the neoprene on the bottom, and you sit the 2 laptops in, another piece of neoprene, another 2 laptops, in a fish crate. You know, you don't need $1,000 cows and expensive charging systems.
Yeah.
It's only 3
That's
people to wait
fantastic.
till.
Term, and everybody, so every single teacher in the school, including our tech centre staff, visits every single studio in the school. It usually takes 2 weeks to get through everybody, and we have a focus, so it might be how you are using the iPods to support the teaching and learning program, or it might be how you are employing higher order thinking or getting the children to employ higher order thinking, or it might be integrated curriculum. Yeah, teaching as inquiry, exactly. Learning environments, whatever it happens to be. And every teacher's got to talk for 5 minutes to about 45 of us about what they're doing in that area. And you see in their room, because they talk in their room. So if they can't show it, then they look a bit silly. And the way that the standard is raised as a result of that. The other thing is that once
share that practice.
Deprivatisation of classrooms. Yeah.
and we have student teachers, if they're here, they come on the thing and they'll go, you know, this is the best bit of PD I've had, because they're seeing over 2 weeks, you know, 30 classrooms, the best practice. The other thing that we do is once a term, the board go on a safari. So they come here for morning tea, they come here for whānau time, which is our full school assembly. Then they visit every classroom through until lunchtime, put on a nice morning tea for the staff. And again, staff have got to be modelling what we're talking about, because they're the board having a look.
So how often, sorry, just going back to what you said about how often do staff share with the rest of the staff?
Once a term.
Right, yeah. I've seen that working and I think it's just huge. Huge, because it does put those who are less confident on the spot, but you've got to get over that too.
No worries. One of the things too is that you tend to you tend to be confident doing it in front of your own team, because you have your own team meetings, but you've got to do it in front of the whole school. You know, and there's no tougher audience than your peers. So it really lifts your standard.
Hey, look, this has been
Oh, that's
amazing.
fantastic.
I need to show you one more thing.
Yeah, tell us, what's
Sorry,
this?
come back with me and I'll show you.